Alright, now that we have that giant floor there filled in all the way, let's take a break from filling in these gigantic floors and let's go over here. And what we're going to do here is, first of all, we're going to need to place down some lanterns so that the bats don't keep spawning in here. But let's also fill in this back wall right here. Okay, next up what we're going to do is let's come on over here, and off of this block we're just going to build this all the way down till it connects right there. Then we're going to build off of this block right here, all the way down till it connects with right there. Now we've got another small little square here to fill in, so let's go ahead and do that. Okay, next up what we're going to do is let's come on over here, and we're just going to build a layer right here. And then let's go ahead and build a layer on top of that. And now we're going to go back over here. Let's build another 2 layers. And actually before we do that, let's just go over here and let's build 2 layers off of this part right here, because I'm sure, as you can tell, what I am planning on doing here is just building a roof for this section right here. So let's go ahead and bring this layer down, and then this layer on top of it we will bring over. And now we've got another rectangle here to go ahead and fill in all the way. Alright, now what we're going to do next, we are starting to finish off this house here. It's coming along quite nicely, as you can see. But anyways, next what we're going to do is we're going to fill in this floor here with some lanterns, and then we're going to complete this back wall by filling it in with white concrete. Now that we have that little section of wall there filled in, let's go on over here, and what we're going to do next, let's go up to the top of this section right here. We're just going to build 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks off from that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 off from that as well. And then what we're going to do is we're going to come over here, so I think it will be this block. We're just going to bring it all the way down to right there. Oops. Actually 1 block lower. So this block right here, we're going to bring all the way down to right there. Now we're going to fill in this square right here, but before we do that, let's go ahead and bring this all the way down till it connects right there. We're also going to connect this to this block right there, which we're going to bring down as well, and it is going to connect with right there. And then we're also going to just connect it right there as well. So now what we've got is we've got this whole entire rectangle here to fill in, as well as this square of ceiling to fill in as well. Okay, now that we have that little section there filled in, let's go ahead and move on to over here. So what we're going to do here is off of this block right here, we're going to build off by 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go on up here and do the exact same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then over here the same thing as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we're going to bring this all the way down so that it can connect with right there. Let's go over here and bring this all the way down as well, and then have it connect to right there. And then we're going to bring this up and have it connect. Now all of this we're going to need to fill in as well. Let's actually connect this to the top here as well so that it looks a little more complete. So now all this we're going to need to fill in, but while we're at it, let's also go ahead and bring this end, this corner, all the way down to right there. And now we are going to fill in this rectangle as well as all of these rectangles within this box that we just made. Okay, next up what we're going to do is we're going to come over here to this section that we were working on earlier in the build. And anyways, what we're going to do here is we're just going to build 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 blocks off from there. And then we're going to go all the way up to the top of it. And we're going to bring this all the way down and over. Then we're going to bring this all the way down and connect it to right there. And let's go all the way back down here and bring this down by 3 blocks and then build that all the way up. And now what we're going to do is we're going to fill in this top section here, the side section, and this section as well. And we're not going to fill in the back of it quite yet. We're going to fill that in a little later. So anyways, let's get those 1, 2, 3 spots filled in there really quick. Okay, next up what we're going to do is, since we've got kind of a lot going on here in this section, what we're going to do next is we're just going to move on to something a little bit more simple, which are all of these rooms over here. So what we're going to do for this one first here is we're just going to fill it in. Actually, we're going to do the same thing for all of these really, which is just putting down some lanterns over all the floors and then filling in the back wall with white concrete. So let's go ahead and do that for each and every one of these rooms here. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rooms that we're going to do that for right here. Okay, now that we've got those 4 done, I did not do this last one down here because the floor is not filled in all the way. What we're going to do here first is we're just going to break out this wall right here. And then we're going to extend the floor right here. And then we're going to extend it again by 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks. So let's go ahead and bring this all the way down here. And then once we have that, then all we're going to do next is just fill in this floor, fill in this wall here, and then fill in the back wall as well, while also placing down some lanterns so that we don't have any bats or other mobs spawning in there. Alright, next up what we're going to do is we're just going to fly over here to this side. And what we're going to do next is we're going to go off of this block right here with our white concrete. And we're going to bring this all the way down until it reaches this block right here. And let's actually go ahead and also just extend this layer right there. Actually, no, we're not going to extend that layer. We're just going to bring this one all the way down here as well, which kind of makes that other one useless. But anyways, what we're going to do is we're going to fill in this gigantic rectangle right here with white concrete. Okay, now that we have that gigantic piece of roof filled in, next up what we're going to do over here is we're going to go off of this block right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then we're going to bring this all the way down to the very end of the build, and then we're going to bring it back and connect it to this block right here. Actually, let's have it be this one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we're going to connect it to right there. Then what we're going to do is we're going to come over here, and off of this block, this level of block I should say, right here, we're just going to build this all the way down till it meets this point right here. Actually, we're going to have it meet this point right here, so it's going to have to go, we're going to have to build another layer right here. Then once we've got that layer down, then we're going to build another one on top of it. And once we've got that part down, then we're going to have to come over here, build down 2 layers right here, build down 3 layers right here, all the way down from here. I've said here like 5 times in the last sentence. And then we're going to fill in this square with white concrete. It's a pretty small square, so. But now that we've got that part filled in right there, now we have erased that gap. Next up, what we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and go over here and build down by 3 blocks or 4 blocks or whatever that was. I think it was 4 actually. And now we've got this giant square to fill in, as well as this small rectangle here, which is going to have a wall underneath it. So if you don't quite understand what I'm going to be doing here, then just watch a little carefully here, because this part is a little bit confusing compared to just filling in a giant square. It's a little bit more confusing than what we've been doing, so just watch a little closer here. Okay, now that we've got that part filled in now, as well as this little section that lifts upwards, next up what we're going to do here is we're just going to add 3 layers of white concrete right here so that it fills up this wall and doesn't have a gap in the house, because nobody wants a gap in their house. And then once we have that part complete, we're going to take out our gray concrete, or our light gray concrete I meant to say, and off of these 2 corners right here we're just going to build all the way down, and then we're going to fill in these walls to make it a big old solid rectangle. And while we're at it, we're going to also take out our white concrete when we're done filling in that, and we're going to fill in this back wall right here. Okay, so now as you can see, we have moved back to the front because everything in the back is now officially done. So what we're going to do here next is we're going to take out our white concrete again, and we're just going to fill in this wall right here. It's only going to be dragged down 3 more blocks. Let's also drag this one down by 4 blocks right here. So we'll do that all the way to the end. And then once we have that part complete, then we're going to take out our light gray concrete again, and we're just going to fill this all the way down to the end, right there. And now all the gaps should be taken care of. So, oh, looks like there's only one more. We're going to use our light gray concrete and build a layer right here. And then we're going to take out our gray concrete and build a layer right here. And now all the gaps are officially complete, so the house itself is now complete. Congratulations everybody, but we still do have this portion right here, which I think I have finally decided what we're going to do with it now. So what I've decided to do here is make this middle thing into a giant pool slash aquarium type thing, and then down here, like the border around it, is going to be a hallway with glass where we can see through the to the aquarium, so we can see all the fish and dolphins and turtles and whatnot just swimming around. So for this here, what we're going to do first is we're going to dig down by 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks, which in this world, since it's a super flat, we're going to be digging past the bedrock, but if you're in a normal world, then you're still going to be able to do this. But anyways, we're just going to be digging down by 4 blocks all the way around the entire border, and the entire border is not including this hallway that is going to lead into the house. Okay, so I changed my mind actually. We're going to be digging out all of this dirt in here and the bedrock beneath it. So I went ahead and went into World Edit because that would literally take forever to just dig that out block by block, and this video is already going to be 10 hours long. So I decided to use World Edit for that and dig all of that out. And I also dug out an extra layer so that the walls are going to be over the hole that we dug out. But anyways, now that we have all of that dug out, what we're going to do first is take out our white concrete, and off of each of these corner blocks we will build down 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're going to take this all the way down to the very end, just like so. Oh, the end's way down there. And we are just simply going to connect it, and then in the middle here we're going to actually take out a new block, which is going to be this one, the gray stained glass. This is a glass block, by the way, not glass panes. But anyways, we're just going to fill this all the way in, and let's go ahead and do that for each of these other 3 sides here. And again, what we're going to do is just create a white concrete border and fill it all the way in with our gray stained glass blocks. Okay, now that we have that part filled in all the way, next up what we're going to do is we're going to go over here on the walls, and we're just going to build down by 3 blocks on each one of these walls right here, and we're just going to do this all the way around the entire outline. So this might take a while, but let's try to hurry and get it done quick. Now that we've got those white concrete walls filled in all the way, next up what we're going to do is we're going to take out our jungle planks and we're going to build off 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 layers is what that was. We're going to build off 5 layers from each of these white concrete blocks around the interior border, and this is going to be the floor for the hallway that goes all the way around this giant, what is going to be an aquarium. Okay, now that we have that jungle plank outline filled in all the way there, next up what we're going to do is we're going to take out our grass blocks or dirt blocks, it doesn't really matter for this step. But anyways, what we're going to do is we're going to fill this entire square here in at the bottom level, all with our grass or dirt blocks. Next up what we're going to do here is we're going to take out our gray stained glass blocks and we're going to fill in the ceiling here all the way with these gray stained glass blocks, but in the middle right here, what I want to do is take out our light gray concrete blocks, and we're going to have a layer of this in the middle, and this is going to continue all the way down and around this giant hallway. Okay, next up what we're going to do here is we're going to take out our bucket of water, or you could even take out a bucket of tropical fish, and we're going to fill in this entire giant square here with our water bucket. And the reason I'm using this bucket of tropical fish is because since this is going to be a giant aquarium anyways, you might as well just knock out two birds with one stone by placing down some water and fish at the same time. So let's go ahead and do that and get that all the way filled in. Okay, and now that we have all that water filled in, I went ahead and decorated the interior of the aquarium. I had some fish in there, some turtles, some squid, and some dolphin as well. But yeah, so let's go on to this section right here. And I think I already said that the house itself was officially complete. And this right here is just going to be the last thing that we build concerning the actual house itself, which is going to be a hallway that leads to this aquarium viewing area to the house. So for this, all that we're going to do is we're going to dig out all the grass in here. We're going to replace the walls with white concrete, and then we're going to replace the floor with jungle planks. Once that tunnel there is complete, we are going to then take out our smooth quartz stairs, and from 1, 2, 3, 4, these 4 blocks right here, we're just going to break these all the way out. And off of this block here then, we're going to start placing our layers of the smooth quartz stairs. So, looks like I didn't finish breaking out all this grass here quite all the way, so let's go ahead and do that, and you guys kind of get the gist. You just are going to bring the stairs down until they line up with the jungle plank floor. Okay, and now that we have the aquarium and the hallway that leads into the house complete, then the very last step, and by last I really do mean last because I think this is the 3rd or 4th time I've been saying that this is the last step, but this is really the last step, and it is building the driveway and the walkway up to the front patio right there. So what we're going to do here is we're going to go off of this block and break out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, let's break out 10 blocks. And then from that, we're going to go over here. Now for this block, we'll break 1, 2, oops. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then off of the 7th block, then we go over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And then let's go all the way down until we reach the very end of that giant aquarium outline. And once we have reached the end of the aquarium, then what we're going to do is, oh, I'm only a few blocks off. Alright, there we go. So now what we're going to do is we're going to come over here and then 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks away. So on the 4th block, so it's going to be a gap of 3. Then we're going to bring this layer all the way down to the very end. And once we have reached the very end right there, then what we're going to do is go out 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks. And then off of that 4th one right there, we're just going to go all the way until it lines up with those 10 blocks that we dug out earlier. And then we're simply just going to connect it like so. And now that we have that, now we're going to have an outline that looks like this for our driveway. What we're going to do now is, in place of all that grass that we just dug out, we're going to replace it all with gray concrete. Okay, now that we have that outline complete, then we're going to go over here and let's dig out these 2 blocks right here, and then come over here and dig out these 2 as well. Now what we're going to do is we're going to dig out a square all the way down to there and around and to there, to there, to there, and then back to here. So it's just going to be a 2 block wide square that we're going to dig out. And then once we have that dug out, then we're going to replace the grass that we dug out with light gray concrete. So let's go ahead and do that now. Okay, so now the driveway is going to look like this, at least this section is anyways. And next up what we're going to do is we're going to come over here with our dead bubble coral block, and we're just going to dig out 1, 2, 3 layers right there. 1, 2, 3 layers right there. Let's go ahead and do 4 on each side. And next up what we're going to do is we're going to bring this square all the way down. Well, I guess it's rectangle. We're going to make a rectangle all the way down and around with our dead bubble coral blocks. We're going to leave the grass in the middle, and then this section right here is going to be replaced with our light gray concrete. So it's going to look just like so. So let's go ahead and continue that pattern all the way down to the end right here. Now that we have that part complete, next up we're going to go over here, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. On the 5th block, we're going to add 2 layers of gray concrete. Let's go do the exact same thing over here. So this is the 4th block right there, there's the 5th. We're going to add 2 layers, and then we're going to do the same thing up here as well. And then once we've got that, then we're going to do the same thing. We're going to go over another 4 blocks. Well, on the 5th block, we're going to place down 2 layers of gray concrete, light gray concrete that is. Let's do it on the bottom row here as well, and then we'll do it over here. And now it is going to look like this. Next up what we're going to do is we're going to go over here, and we're going to create a dead bubble coral block outline around all of this on the inside. Okay, now that we have that layer of dead bubble coral block, next up what we're going to do is we're going to dig out 3 layers, and then we'll replace it with our light gray concrete blocks. Okay, now what we're going to do here is you can see that we have a kind of square shaped outline already created. So we're just going to replace all of this grass here with light gray concrete until we have a square like so. And so let's go ahead and get that out of the way here really quick. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take out our dead bubble coral blocks, and we're going to create an outline in the grass square right here, just like so. And then we're going to create another one block away from that. So it's going to look like that, and we're going to do that all the way around right here. Okay, next up what we're going to do here is we're going to come over here to the very long part of the driveway. And what we're going to do here is we're going to create a pattern of a layer of, what's this called? Dead bubble coral block all the way around all of this. So it's going to cut across here as well. And then it's going to go down this way. And then once we have that layer complete, then we're going to add 2 layers here of our light gray concrete. And then once we have that layer, those 2 layers of light gray concrete, then we're going to create another layer of dead bubble coral block. And then we're going to create another layer of dead bubble coral block that's 1 block away, similar to what we did with that square over there. So the full thing is going to have this pattern to it right here. So let's go ahead and bring this all the way down to the very end of the driveway over there. And now finally we're going to finish this build off by building ourselves a little pathway, and I think that I want to make the pathway from the driveway to the front porch of the house very simple. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to place down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dead bubble coral blocks, and we're going to bring this down all the way to the end. And then off of that, we're going to place down 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3, and we're just going to simply make a 4 wide path of dead bubble coral blocks, and it's going to follow all the way down until it reaches the driveway. So this is what the final product of the house is going to look like. Thank you everybody for watching this video. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace.